Hey, hey. Welcome everybody to Miss Glow's Kitchen, where there's sugar, spice, and everything nice, where we slice, dice, and entice, using everything we can, from peppers to allspice. What's up, my people? Y'all know what time it is? See y'all in the kitchen. A lemon cream cheese pound cake is on our menu today. So, flour and sugar, that's what we'll need. I'll give you the amounts in the description box down below. So we need some butter, some baking powder, milk, vanilla extract, pure vanilla extract if you have it, 6 eggs, we need cream cheese, a lemon for the zest, we need lemon emulsion for the flavor, and yellow food coloring. That is it. That is all. Alright, before you start baking, you want to prepare everything. So, into your mixing bowl, you want to put the sugar, the butter, and the cream cheese. Alright, so 3 1/4 cups of sugar, 4 sticks of butter, and a block of cream cheese. Alright, so you want to sift your flour and your baking powder together. You want to make sure that your milk is room temperature, your eggs are out of the shell, and you've measured out your extract. Alright, so, y'all know what I always say, ain't nothing to it but to do it. So, let's get to it. First things first, you're going to cream that sugar, butter, and cream cheese. And that's what you're looking for. So it's going to be lighter and it's going to be fluffy like that. So when it's like that, you're ready to move on to the next step. Alright, so I've already put the eggs in one at a time, and this is what your mixture is going to look like. So you see it's going to change in the texture for a minute. You're going to put your vanilla extract in here, and you're going to let it go. So here's where we're going to add the flavor and the color. I like to use emulsions. Emulsions, the flavor is just a little bit stronger than regular extracts or flavoring. So that lemon emulsion, I get that off Amazon. That is Loran. Okay, and as far as the coloring, I put some yellow food coloring in here. If you like for your cake to look like the regular yellow cake out of the box, then leave it. But for me, I like for my cake to be a brighter yellow, more of a lemony yellow. So I add a few drops of yellow food coloring. Alright, just want to show you the color. If you don't like yours as yellow, then of course put less food coloring. Alright, so we're going to put this in 3. So 3 times. So we're going to put a third of the flour in, a third of the milk. Then we're going to put a third of the flour in, a third of the milk. And then we're going to put the last of the flour in, then the last of the milk. Now, you're going to let this go. You're going to make sure that you scrape your bowl down. And once you've scraped your bowl down, you're going to turn your mixer back up, and you're going to let your mixer go at regular speed for about 1 to 2 minutes, and then you'll stop. Because when you're originally putting the flour and the milk in, you're going to put your mixer down on like the first speed. Alright, so this is what it looks like once you're done with it. So now you're going to take it off, and you're going to scrape down the beater. Now you're going to scrape your bowl down, you're going to scrape the sides and the bottom, and you're going to make sure that you have all of that batter that doesn't have color on it. You're going to make sure that it does. So you're going to fold it from the bottom and turn it. Don't stir it. You don't want to overbeat your batter. So now you want to spray your pan with baker spray, non-stick spray. So you're going to put it all over the pan. If you're doing flour and butter, same thing. Make sure you get in all of those crevices. You get in the top, you get around it. So spray it generously. So don't be stingy. Don't be stingy. Alright, so now we're going to put the batter in. So I'm going to use this cup, the measurement cup or whatever. And you want to fill this until it's like 2/3 of the way full. And when it's about 2/3 of the way full, now for me, I put it up a little bit higher than 2/3 of the way, but 2/3 of the way is perfect. And the one thing I want to say is this batter makes a very, very big pound cake. So this pan that I'm using, this is one of my rather smaller ones. I have some really big ones. So if you're doing a big pound cake, this recipe is perfect. If you're doing a little one, what you can do is you can leave the flavor and the color out until the end. So what you can do is you can make a smaller pound cake like this, and then you can make another one that's another flavor. So you can make like a small loaf pound cake that's strawberry, chocolate, anything you may think of to do, but that's just a thought and something you can do. All right, so once you get your batter in there, you're going to smooth it around like this. This is great. Now what you're going to do is you're going to shake it, make sure that it's even, and then what I do is I hit this on a hard surface. Make sure you hit it on a surface that will not crack or break. So you're going to hit that pan a couple times after you do that, but of course, like I told you, I decided to add a little bit more batter to mine, but 2/3 of the way is actually perfect. So, but that's just me. I like bigger cakes, so that I do that. So don't mind me. Just make sure you your cake doesn't run over out of your pan, whichever one you are using. So, all right. You want to hit the sides. That's what some people do. Keeps those air bubbles out of there so you don't have holes in your cake when you cut it. All right. So there we go. Gonna hit this on the countertop a couple times, and then I'll make sure the air bubbles out. But while you do that, you want to make sure that your oven is on 350. It is preheated, and that your rack is moved down to a lower level. If you put it up higher, then the top of your cake could possibly burn before it bakes. Okay. All right. So into the oven it goes, and I'll be back when it's done. There's our cake. It took about an hour to bake, and I let it cool off for 30 to 45 minutes. Now, 10 to 15 minutes before you turn it out of your pan, and then you're going to let this completely cool. Do not glaze this cake hot. Make sure it is all the way cool. All right, so I'm going to show you how much glaze you're going to get if you do approximately 2 cups of powdered sugar. So that's what we're going to do. It doesn't have to be perfect here. It can be a heaping cup or not, but it doesn't have to be perfectly 1 cup. So just a roundabout. So now I'm gonna put 2 cups of powdered sugar in there. We're gonna put 6 or 8 drops of lemon juice in there, and then we're gonna put some color. But just in a minute, we're gonna put a little bit of milk. But what's gonna happen is that was about a half a tablespoon. We're gonna put a tablespoon of milk in here. The reason why, so I'm gonna give you some measurements. I normally eyeball this glaze. I'm used to making it, but I want to give you guys some measurements. All right, so that's 2 cups, and that's about a tablespoon and a half of milk, and that's about 6 to 8 drops of lemon juice. Okay, so we're going to put about another tablespoon in there. Now we're going to stir this, stir it, put some elbow in it, because you're going to stir this until it's smooth. So every bit of that sugar, you don't want any dry sugar balls in here. So check that out. Just showing you what it looks like. So you're going to whisk that until it's smooth. All right, so now I'm showing you how much glaze you get with 2 cups of powdered sugar. It's not enough to glaze that cake. Not for me anyway. I like to use a lot of glaze. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double this. So I'm going to put in more sugar, more lemon juice, same amount I just did, so I can double this, and then I'm going to put the color in. Make sure you taste this glaze before you use it. Now this food coloring, you want to be a little stingy with it. Now I put a big drop and then a small drop in here, and it turned it a really, really deep yellow. So what you want to do is you want to be careful. Put in 1 little drop, stir it, then put in another little drop. A little bit goes a long way with this yellow food coloring. So you can see that I got my glaze like almost orange. So what I did off camera was I went back and I put some more sugar and a little more lemon juice. What I did was I just turned it slightly lighter than it is. All right, so I'm going to come back and glaze the cake. So once again, as I always do to make this job easier, I cover a baking sheet with aluminum foil or saran wrap or wax paper. And then I'll take the cooling rack that I have the cake on, and I'll just put it on top of that. And then what happens is I'll just go back and forth with my glaze. So you can do any type of design you want to do on your cake. If you want to pour this and you want to cover the whole cake, that is perfectly fine. All right, so I'm going to take you through all the steps of how I decorated this cake. So we're going to put this glaze on here. So we're just going to go back and forth, basically until we use all the glaze up, because that's what we're going to do. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. So I'm going to keep on doing this, and I'm going to jump ahead now to the next thing I did. All right, so once I was done with that, I'm going to take the zest of a lemon And I'm going to put some of that. It smells so good. But not only does it smell good, it looks pretty on there. You can see the little pieces of zest on the cake, but it just makes it have such a fresh lemon scent. This is great. It smells good coming out of the oven, but this is like extra added. An extra added scent. Smells so good though. But okay, so I'm going to put the zest of 1 lemon all across the cake. Now you can skip this part if you want to. We've got enough lemon flavor in there. Then we've got lemon glaze. Now, you can do another flavor glaze if you want. So you can do a regular vanilla glaze. You can do coconut. You can do strawberry. Just about any flavor glaze you want on this cake. I'm telling you, you can you can go crazy with it. All right, so you're going to hit that. Put the rest of that zest on there. And what I'm going to do is, coming up to the holidays, so you know you're going to have company. You want to show out a little bit. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to sprinkle a few gold flakes on here. So edible gold flakes. All right, so if you want to do some little pearls, there's a lot of stuff you can do with cake decorating, okay? So I just decided to go with a bit of the gold flecks. Check that out. I got that off Amazon, so kind of go on there and look around a little bit. You might find some stuff. Don't forget about Wilton cake decorating. So there's some other sites where you can get some things to decorate these cakes. All right, so I'm just going to twirl it around, let you guys see what it looked like with that gold on there and that lemon zest. Very beautiful, very delicious lemon cream cheese pound cake. It wasn't that hard to make either, was it? See? Ha! Not hard as you think. All right, I'm going to show another picture of this from another angle, but I really want to say I appreciate you all. Thanks for watching, everybody. See y'all next time. For more great recipes, tips, and ideas, check out some of my other videos.